one of the first things I did coming into this practice, and I've only been here a couple of years, but one of the first things I did coming into this practice, I wanted to know where we stood in regard to staff engagement. So we took a modified version of the Gallup Q12 survey and pushed it out to staff. What we saw, and we had them give feedback on a 5-star scale. We saw that about half of those questions were four stars or better, which tells me that we're doing pretty well on those. And about half were below 4 stars, which I've personally labeled those an area for improvement or an opportunity for improvement. What we've seen throughout the last 12 months of using the Engagement Accelerator program in conjunction with taking 6-month kind of recap surveys on how we're doing with engagement. Overall, we've seen a 12% increase in those scores during the last 12 months. And kind of more importantly than the percentage is that now of those 12 questions where it was pretty much split down the middle of areas for improvement and areas where we were doing well. Now we have 11 out of 12 that are above 4 stars, and only one that's below that, with that one score being 3.93. So we're knocking on the door of 12 4-star scores. I'll give you one case example inside of our practice where that's been very evident. We have one department, our imaging department, that is very, very good group of people, young manager, a team that gets along well, but they're young, they're inexperienced. Prior to coming into this last year of working with the Engagement Accelerator program. What I've seen in that particular instance is that young manager has jumped in with both feet, really grabbed onto this program and taken those tips and tricks to heart and really worked with their staff. We measure staff engagement inside of our practice using the Gallup Q12 survey. And we measure it as a whole, but we also measure it at the department level. We saw her department, it wasn't bad starting out, but we saw just monumental change inside of her department and consistently positive feedback from that group, just saying how much they've enjoyed working with their manager. And then consequently, from a business standpoint, we've seen tremendous return as far as the productivity out of that department. So to me, that was a great example of how this program has really benefited a young manager or someone who just hasn't had the opportunity to gain some of these skills and tips and tricks, and how that can manifest into positive results. Managers at a variety of experience levels can still benefit from something like this. We all come from different backgrounds in what we've experienced and who we've worked for, who we've worked with. And historically, staff engagement doesn't always get the amount of attention that it should. So it's regardless of your tenure and how long you've been working as a manager or as a leader in your practice, these tools are something that are applicable and easy to learn, easy to put into practice, that can benefit anyone. I think speaking to a colleague who's in a similar role to what I'm doing, I know the biggest concern that I hear is probably around time. I don't have time to do this. I'm so busy. I have other things that I have to do. I can't spare the time. And we all feel like we're busy and we just can't find enough minutes that are in the day. But somehow we always find minutes for the important things. So I would just say to take a good hard look in the mirror and reevaluate what your priority is on your day. Can you carve out 10 to 15 minutes a day to really focus on how I can better engage my staff or my management team, or how I can just equip myself to be able to pour into these people. And to be honest, I think if we really looked in the mirror, I think we could all find 10 to 15 minutes a day.